right. Put that one there. For Brandy, what does she need to know? This is really interesting. The higher self is calling really, really big. The Two of Cups is something that you're desiring. The partnership, the pairing, the perfect fit that wants to come in here, and the happy ever after. These are the main energies that you have that you're wanting to call forward right now. These three here. This is huge for you, but it feels like this is almost like the instructional. This is what you do first. Answer the higher call every day, every morning. Answer the higher call. Answer what it is that your heart really needs to be doing. Pairing with spirit and the divine is more important than pairing with anyone else right now for you. Again, because of the higher call, the higher self calling you up, calling you out. And this is what creates happiness all around you in the environment. Let's see what else is going on. I want to go forward here. What are the deeper lines through here? Because that's the bare bones. Let's see what else is going on. Now this one is coming through, and it's not coming through in the traditional way of the Three of Coins. The Three of Coins is usually about teamwork, but this one comes out and it's like in the forge, in the forge, in the forge. He is working and crafting and creating something. It has a little bit of a touch of the Eight of Coins coming through with it also. In the forge. Whatever this is you're working on, answering the call in the way that is something that you are doing, a practice you are doing that you need to do till it comes second nature. Whether it's journaling, whether it's practicing tarot, whether it's practicing meditation. Whatever this is that you're practicing, you need to do it again and again and again. And then this is coming through, bringing forward the Nine of Cups, the wish coming true. You're getting more and more clear. The Hangman is here for a little bit. Let's look at a clarification on this Hangman, see what's going on here. I'm getting something, and I don't know what this is about, but I'm getting something that is like, there's a return to and a remembering of, and this is like, I'm telling you, this is remembering something about where you came from, trying to remember your blueprint before you got here. And it's not so much that you have to like, what do I need to know? What do I need to know? What do I need to know? Just write what you do know. Write what you do know. Process what you do know. Go towards what you feel drawn to. Sometimes we think, what is our life purpose? What's going on? What am I needing to know? Am I on my spiritual path? That kind of stuff. And it's full of questions. We aren't looking with what's right around us or what we're craving, what we're already naturally drawn to, what we're already naturally forging. Again, we're coming through with this forge really, really strong. What is the forge to do with the Hangman? Let's look for the clarification. Yeah, it's something that you already love, asking you to come forward a little bit stronger for it. Something that you already love. This almost has this Ace of Wands feeling and the Eight of Coins feeling here. You've got teamwork, working together and doing something that you love to do, and it's something that you really, really love. It's not just about love and spiritual growth, but some people would call it ambition or passion, and it seems like it's somewhere in between those. Anything else on that? Yeah, it's in between those. The seeking rather than the being is coming in. Now, what is going on with that? It's time for you to be really looking at the fire, really, really looking at the fire. What I'm getting on this is that instead of just always chopping wood, building the fire, like Gogs is frequently chopping wood, he's showing me it's time to just be sit and looking at the fire. There's a time for resilience to come through, and just being is important for you right now. This is how you allow space for information to come through. It's how you allow information to drop through in a different kind of way than you thought. Okay. So as far as the higher self coming through and allowing for more of that to come in, you want to do what it is that you love to do, keep doing it, work as a team, and then allow for space to just be. Now let's see what else. We got the Two Cups here. We're going to go across this way and see what's going on. But you've been getting back to what brings you joy. Yeah. Getting back to what brings you joy is right here. The thing that you love. The thing that you love is not something that is something you're going to suddenly stop loving. It's part of your purpose. Our purpose isn't just one specific thing. Okay. I'm getting interesting stuff here. We've got here the Two of Wands. And this one is almost like a game show. Choose a door. And people would worry about picking the wrong door. You can't pick the wrong door. Just go through it. Make your choice. And then go through it. The Page of Swords is coming through, saying you've seen and witnessed enough. You know what it is you want. And there's something about this that it's coming up like this. So even though I'm saying choose a door, and this one has the two doors showing, This one wants to come in like this. If this gives you any kind of clue, this is what you're looking for. It's like something that is clear, clear sky, something that you can see easily. See if I can line that up. That's what it's coming in like. And you know, and you've witnessed and you've seen. Huge, huge, huge. Something that is clear to you to work with. And then the Empress. This is about creating abundance. This is about projects, fertility, growth, growth, growth. You say you love to create and make things with art and tarot. That is imperative to your journey, is to create, to create, to create. Now, we all have creative energy in us. We all have creative impulses and spirits. But for some of us, if we aren't creating, we're almost like not breathing. And it feels like that is that important to you. It's to be creator, creator, creator. Create clearly, clearly, clearly. Don't deliberate, deliberate. Clearly, clearly create. And that's when partnership happens. That's when things move forward. That's when things are coming out for you. Now, let's see what else is going on with these. I want to have these set here. I'm going to flip this down so you can kind of see how I've got them. And then we'll look for clarifier. I want to see if we can see what's behind door number 2 here. What's the clear sky? Wow. Okay. I'm not going to the cards here. We're just going straight through direct. What I'm getting is, yes. Going back, it's like way back, Mrs. Campbell's class, whatever it was. She was teaching art, and she was teaching how to do watercolor. And at first she had you do like the pencil drawing of whatever it is, the outlines that you would do before you put the water across it. She'd have you draw across a certain kind of paper to draw the outline of what it is. So if you're doing a landscape or whatever, and then how you added the color wasn't just by adding all the dark all at once. It's not like working with acrylics. Yeah, I'm getting very clearly this image of this watercolor, and it's like shoreline and ocean and a little house, and it's like you add intensity by layering the color and letting it dry. And there's a certain thing about this with watercolor. You add the color in, you have to sit and let it dry, and then if you want the color deeper or more intensely there, you have to add it again. There's a layering about this that has to come through. And yeah, and if you get too much water on the page, it gets all mushy. I'm not sure what this is about, but that's what's coming through. So something about the 2 of Cups, the partnering, you can't do it all intensely at once. You need to create, you need to partner, but you can't do it all intensely at once. The paper will get mushy. It's like, don't add too much water. Don't add too much emotion. What I'm getting is, I'm getting the water references, and we're in the land of cups here, and we're talking about creating, we're talking about emotion, we're talking, if you don't add too much emotion, you've got to have enough of the emotion that you can color the art that you're trying to create, color the week, the journey, color your own path the way you're trying to create it. But if you let the emotions take over and drive the bus, it's like putting too much water on the watercolor page, and it either blurs it all out completely or makes it mush. Yes, yes. High Priestess coming through. Absolutely, yes, yes, yes. The secret is in combining both elements really, really evenly. Now, this one doesn't usually speak of balance, but this one is asking you to pay attention. And look at how this is with the colors. It's the hot, cold colors. It's the balance coming through. It's the desire to do what the mystery is, but this is also a letting it unfold. Do it slower, do it slower. Take artistic license, do it slower, do it slower. What else is coming through? Again, this mystery that's unfolding, allow it to come through. It doesn't have to look a certain way. Allow it to come through however it's going to come through. You have to do it in a balanced way. Like, allow the time for, I'm telling you, I'm getting this image, and it looks like somebody's trying to do this green bush that's over this lake, and it's like green, and if you try and do too much dark green, dark green, dark green, because you want it greener, it just, you have to allow your heart to have time, moments. Yeah. The space between the notes is what makes the music. You guys have heard me say this before, but this is allowing the time to be there, to sit with the thing, to sit with an energy, sit with the creation, and let it really be. Okay, now we can move to the next one. This was the next one, the environment around you, the environment around you. What do you need to know as far as that goes? Let's see. Wow. This is the card of nostalgia. This is the 6 of Cups, and it's coming through beautifully in this one. This is the one where I'm saying that you're trading your favorite candy bar for the rock, but this one's coming through so beautifully. This is friendship. This is childhood stuff. This is really something that's really interesting in childhood coming through. Why is that coming through in that way? And I want to go to this deck for you now. I don't know why we're going to a whole separate deck, but we are. I had this out before. I called it to your attention before. We're going in here. What is this that is needing to be learned? Ace of Swords. Unveil your knowledge, your ideas, and engage them wisely. This is like, look how she's sitting still. She's just being with the clarity. What else? There is something that you are going back and picking up, just as if you were collecting pebbles in your pocket, as if a little kid was going around picking up pebbles in the pocket. This kind of energy is coming through. These are things that you pick up and you sit with and you sit with and you sit with. It's important for you for a minute. You sit with that, and then you have the absolute clarity to move forward. The Prince of Pentacles comes through, says, discipline builds a solid foundation. Faith grows with evidence. You sit, you grab a rock, you be with that for the day. You be with that, you be with that. You've been trying to get back with your inner child lately. Yeah, it's definitely necessary. Necessary. Like, if you used to be a kid that would go and collect rocks, like, I know that for sure I must have really pissed my mom off because I went and got all these rocks, and I thought you could make polished rocks by, like, washing them really good and then maybe putting some lotion on to make them shiny. And I was probably maybe 6 when I did this. I mean, I didn't know there was a difference. I really didn't know. But it was the fun of doing that, and oh, the time that was spent doing that. And it feels like this kind of energy coming back is something that helps you get more and more clear and helps you move forward. There's a preparation. There's something, yes, there's something about this happiness and the joy in just doing, and the joy in just creating without the perfection there, without the need for it to look a certain way. To just the joy of creating needs to be experienced again to help you be into flow. And you want to keep going forward. But if you keep your eye focused on perfection, it doesn't get there. So you want to create something that is totally allowed to be whatever it is. Artistic license coming through again. You're going to make mistakes in whatever it is you're creating. You need to allow those mistakes to teach you. Don't just take them out. If you're knitting or if you're crocheting, you make a mistake as you're working with the yarn. If you take it out and then you keep doing it, it's a lot different than if you go into the shop and you have somebody that's knitting or whatever, and they can say, oh, here's what you're doing, because they can see the mistake. So the mistakes have values. You looked for fairies with your grandson this weekend and built forts and trees. Do more of it. Do more. Do more of it. And don't worry about the mistakes or the mistakes on the path. Don't worry about that. What else is coming forward with this? There's something about, if you're not doing it perfectly, let yourself do it imperfectly. Let yourself make mistakes, even in the way that you, whether it's grandparenting or parenting, or whether it's your work or your creative endeavor, or whether those cross over each other. There's something about allowing the imperfection to flow through in a good way. Oh, look, we've got a repeat on the Two of Wands. Yeah, choose. And then what else we got? Oh my gosh. Guys, look. The Two of Wands, Page of Swords, repeating again. Remember, I was telling you this before. Exactly this. And what came through? These came through. Again, it's the exact same thing. There will be a balance achieved because of this. This is seeing and knowing, observing, and the way you communicate. You can be aware to not communicate harshly, but you've already witnessed and seen a lot now. And you're straddling a couple of worlds with a big amount of knowledge. You just keep going forward. That's all you need to do. Just keep going forward. And then this one comes up, and I showed you this before, and I would focus on the blue sky instead of the intensity of the heat. Focus on what moves with ease, what moves with flow, what moves with creative energy flowing. Not so much you need to build, do perfectly. Anything else on this? Wow, that was interesting. This is why I love reading multiple decks like this. You never know what you're going to see. Knight of Wands. Then you move forward. Even the Knight has to rein things in sometimes. Even the Knight of Wands, the fiery one, has to rein some things in. It's like the bull in the china shop energy. You don't want it to be that energy. You want to control what it is. So you have the torch that you're carrying forward for your own creativity, for your own fire, in order to move forward. And you have to do it in a way that is more balanced. Now, under this one came up the High Priestess. Remember, we talked about the colors on the pillars here. Let the mystery unfold. This is what I'm getting for you. That's what I'm getting. That feels very, very complete. Allow the creative energy to flow more than anything. It doesn't matter what or how. It doesn't matter for perfect. Just let it unfold and let it flow. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's gorgeous. I love that for you. Hopefully that makes sense to you, but that's what you need to know. Just to be in the flow state is the most valuable thing you can do. Yeah, you can't make this up. When it comes out in duplicate like that, it's like, okay, holy smoly. That's what I got. So that's what I've got for you, honey. Hey there, Penny. Hey there, Chad. Good to see you. So that's what we got going on right now. Let me get a little bit of water and we will see what's coming in next. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you can create pretty much anything and you're going to do just fine. You are so welcome. And don't worry if there's mistakes in it or not. It's just going to be gorgeously created anyway. Some of the best things are happening when we think we've screwed something up, but instead we get something really beautiful out of it. So, yeah. Okay. All right. For a mini, spirit-led, and a pinch. Okay. All right. We've got it, Krista. We got it. A mini. Okay, we're going into the Dark Mansion for you. Now, this is one of my favorites. You guys know that I love this deck. So, for Krista, for a mini, let's see what's going on. What's going on for Krista this week? What does she need to know? Krista. Okay, you're lost there's perhaps more of a stuck feeling between the portals of the Hierophant and the Chariot. Tradition and momentum. These are the things that are calling you, and the star is right in the middle. This feels like your energy right here, right here, right here. The challenging part for you is all in this. You've got the Magician, you got the 9 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. Letting go of the past, trying to juggle something, trying to be your independent self, and trying to have the magic, but you're stuck in this steady mode that's really a little bit too strong. The tradition. It's like you need to veer off the path is what I'm getting. If you veer off the path, it's going to help. So if you're driving somewhere, I would say take a different route. Even if you're just going to the grocery store across the street, I'd meander before I'd go to that grocery store. There's this need, this desire to move a little bit differently that has to come through. You've got the 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups here. That's needing to go, and I think you're letting that go in time, but that's what's also preventing the momentum from coming forward. You got the sitting pretty, doing really quite well on your own, more than you realize, better than what you think. Stuck is certainly accurate, yeah. Yeah, this is the one from Taroteca Studios, and it's called The Dark Mansion. It's a gorgeous one, but the Magician, I want to clarify on that. The star, I'm pretty clear on the star. This is your hopes, your dreams, your desires, the renewal. Sometimes it recommend, sometimes like if you were to take this as each of these cards as a prescriptive, you would take this as like a spiritual bath or spiritual cleansing energy that would be helpful for you in order to go towards the momentum. Now let's see what else we got here. I want to get same deck, second deck, and I markered up the back just so you guys can see, because you know it's hard to do it when the edges are black, and I couldn't bring myself to trim these. I just couldn't do it. All right, what else is going on with this? I want to know what's going on with the Star and the Magician right in the middle of this. What's going on right here? I'm pushing these cards down. I want to know what's going on between the Star and the Magician. What's going on? What does she need to know? There's something to defend, and there's nothing wrong, and there's not a lack of capacity to defend what's going on, to take your stand, to hold strong. Hold fast to what it is. Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. Anchor in, anchor in. What is this that you're wanting to anchor in? Okay. All right. What we have coming up at odds with each other is the poor little match girl, the card of poverty, and kind of not quite as much ruin as the Tower, but definitely on the outside looking in. Definitely outside the tradition, right? Outside of that. And it feels like that is like you're doing it different, and perhaps feeling a little bit lost, a little bit maybe not isolated, but on your own, a little bit out of sorts on your own. And the thing that you're learning, what you are at odds with, this one, when they're inverted of each other, sometimes they'll come out in this way and I don't give it much notice. On this one, I am giving it notice because it feels like this is inverted of this. This is you learning to ride the white horse for yourself. This is you learning to quest the grail for yourself. These are lessons of independence that help you get the magic, that help you move towards your own magic ability. The spiritual quest that you go on, nobody else can give you the spiritual lessons. This is something you have to go through, understand, and move forward with. Now, there might be other people that have spiritual lessons and spiritual growth and spiritual teachers, or people that drop a thought that it's like, boom, okay, instant epiphany. But ultimately, birth to death, we have our own spirit through this whole journey. And this is you learning to ride the white horse for yourself. Be the hero for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. What else is going on for you on this? This is a karmic lesson about truth. This is you riding the hero horse for yourself is not wrong to do. There's no reason, like sometimes we hear about self-care, and then other times there's self-abandonment, and we're like torn, and what do we do for others? What do we do for ourselves? How do we balance out what needs to go forward? This is what you're learning. This is what you're learning to balance. And the sort of truth and what you need to do to take care of yourself, to defend for yourself, even if it means it goes against the grain, even if it means it goes against the flow a little bit. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, what else is going on? Yeah, there's no cliff notes. There's no cheat sheet. There's no, hey, you know, like in Chutes and Ladders or Candyland, you can go here. Oh, okay. This is what comes up. The other day I was doing a meditation and it kept taking me to the game of Sorry. And it was, if you've seen the game of Sorry, there's 4 different colors, 4 circles. You circle the whole square of the game board. And the whole idea is to try and get home. And periodically somebody will come bump you out of line, and then you have to go back and you have to do it again. But the whole thing is the game of Sorry. And the whole message that I was getting through that meditation is it's a returning to self, a returning to our own home, a returning to our own spiritual home, our spiritual self, understanding once again ourself. This is what's coming through. Can I get that again? There's the corner of the 180. Hang on. The corner of the 180. So yeah, okay. It's like you're starting out here and you're going up the corner of the 180. That's the point of reflection. It's the point where the mirror is. If I'm to show you like a card, if I'm showing you this card, it's like the 180 are these opposite corners, right? This is the reflective point. What is it about that? You're not going backwards, even if you get set. Okay. Almost to where you feel like you're starting at square one again. You're not starting at square one again. Let it come. You're going to go by 3s and 4s, by 3s and 4s, by 3s and 4s. It's not so much fits and starts. What I'm getting is by 3s and 4s. Your creative burst, and then a stable period. Creative burst, and then a stable period. You rounding the corner, going up. Reflective energy. You're getting a really good mirrored reflection, a really good lesson in opposition. Just like when somebody mirrors something, it's not always a twin flame mirror reflection. Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's someone else, but it's a mirrored reflection. And it seems a little bit backwards. How do you get... It's like you have to feel yourself again. Feel your heart again to find your way home. Can I go forward beyond this? Yeah. We're getting yellow now. The yellow going forward. The yellow is coming through. The color of the really bright sunshiny yellow. This is joy. This is what you do. That's joyful individuation. How you bring your individual self. Yeah, it's coming back home to who you are. Yes. And what makes you joyful. Yes. And all of these things coming forward are huge for you. All right, what else does she need to know? Any clarifiers on the karmic lesson? There is a balance coming forward on this. There is a reclaiming, a carving out, a marking for self, taking what is rightfully your birthright, what is rightfully your soul's lesson and part of what you came here to do. This is what's going to give you momentum, claiming what is your true north in order that you might move forward. Let's see what else is going on with this. The Strength card. This is coming through, and it's coming through, and it is giving, the Strength card is the Leo card. This is July into August, summary energy. Huge. Follow the nudge. The Strength card's coming in big. I mean, this lion could be fierce, and that lady is totally nonplussed. She is just fine with it. She's going to lead that to wherever she needs that to lead that to. What else is going on? There's a little bit of anxiety and stress that's coming through. You got to let that one go. Yeah, this is what you're learning. Letting the stress and letting anxiety, letting worry go. There's still concerns about others. There's still, it's it doesn't even feel like it's concerned about what others will think. It feels like concern about others, and like you're carrying their workload, their burden, their thing to do. And it's not your job to carry somebody else's spiritual lessons. In fact, it impedes your own growth. It impedes their growth too when you carry their spiritual lessons too much. So don't be doing that. You can help someone out, but you can't ultimately do their growth for them. So incredibly on the nose with this. Good, 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 good. Anything else she needs to know? I want the justice clarified, because that's what's really wanting to come through. Oh my gosh. This is what comes through to clarify. The tradition pillars, the keys, the VIP access. There is a promotion that comes through when you learn one of these lessons, one of these spiritual truths. You know, biblically, there's always the love one another, love thy neighbor as thyself. And the thing that gets lost in this is you have to love the self first and foremost. It's you can't pour from the empty pitcher. But the Hierophant is coming through strong, strong, strong. And love thy neighbor as thyself. Love thyself first. And that's not being selfish. It's something that has to be done, that's been overlooked. And then you have the keys granted and given. Access given. What else coming through? What's coming through on this? That was amazing. What else? Yeah, it does feel like there's about a month where this is like you're in the soup. You're in the thick of it. You've got the star here, the moon here. It feels like about a month. And it feels like that in August, you're going to get more clarification. Some of this is going to burn off. And you will have experienced your own soul in a different way. You'll have experienced what it is that's the deeper layer of the tradition, the deeper lesson that helps bring the balance forward. Anything else she needs to know? There is something about movement, and this isn't movement in travel. It's movement. Can we go back to the game board? It's the 3s and the 4s. Again, it's going back to the 3s and the 4s. The 3 is the creative energy, the creative energy, the creative energy. The 4s are when it gets stable. Doing the math number on that, you would get the 7 as in the days of the week. Be aware of what you're doing with your weeks as they go forward. I would be aware of what's going on 7 weeks from now. That probably puts you somewhere more towards the end of August, probably, is where you're getting that. Go for the 3-week marker and then the 4-week, those 7 weeks. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to the days of the week. Know what you're doing during this next little season, this summer, Indian summer season. Particularly the 4. This is self-care. This is retreat, reclaim, restore, renew. This is really, really a beautiful depiction of this. It's like she's sitting at the throne, sitting there and thinking and contemplating what it is that she wants. Usually we see this and you see the soldier's tomb, or you see the grave in front of the cathedral, that kind of thing. It's when they're retreat, reclaim, restore, renew. This is reclaim. There is a reclaiming going on. There's a reclaiming going on, and then there's this I want to leave a legacy. How will they remember me? Something unapologetically. I think it might be a Nicole Nordman song, but unapologetically, even though we got the sorry board and you've been going, the unapologetically is coming forward. And how do you leave your legacy? This is something that, these are things you're contemplating. These are things that challenge your growth, that allow you to grow and allow other people to do their own thing. Yeah, anything else? You'll know the truth of it. Now, this sort of truth is here. It doesn't mean that emotional has to lead. It means you need to be strategic in your planning and how you move forward. This is sometimes a card that I'll get for a 3-month indicator, but it feels like actually just coming to your own knowledge. There's a profound truth, a profound knowledge that you have that you need to carry forward, and it's huge for you. Absolutely huge for you to carry this forward. This is big. This is what we've got going on here. This is huge. The sort of truth is what keeps you in alignment with your own self, and it's what helps you get the keys to move forward with this. That's what I've got. That feels very complete. That's gorgeous. And this is the Dark Mansion deck, but that's what I got for you, honey. It is absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy going on with that. Beautiful. And the strength that you have in order to fine-tune your discernment is what's going to carry you forward, carry you forward, carry you forward. It's fine-tuning your discernment. It's not just that you can discern and you don't just poo-poo anything anymore. It's fine-tuning the discernment. That's what it is. Oh, you're welcome so much. You are so welcome. So welcome. That was a beautiful, beautiful reading. Holy cow. Oh, and a pinch. Thank you for reminding me. I get out of the read and then I like, okay, where am I? So let's see what's going on with the pinch. Literal Larry is coming in. Literal Larry. So I'm going to try and read these more in their literal sense than in their in the other. Let's see what happens. Okay, the pinch. I'm getting things, butterfly coming through here. A turning over of the soil, turning over the soil. That's what's happening so far. Wow, okay. A turning over of the soil because the seeds need to grow. We literally over here. I don't know if you can see right there. You can't. I'm going to show it. It's a popcorn kernel that I put in with my charms. It is the seed that is wanting to grow. It's turning over the soil, turning over the soil, turning over the soil. It's definitely getting in the dirt, whatever it is that's to do with gardening. It feels like it's coming through pretty strongly. And then I'm going to also show this down here. We got the carrot here. The work of the hands in the soil is important. You've got the bird on the branch here, and this feels like literal birds on the branches. This is getting in nature. This is getting out where you might do gardening. Bird on the branch here, owl wisdom coming through here, old lesson coming through with the elephant here. There's something about joy in the soul when you are in the soil, when you are that grounded, getting grounded. Then here, we have the lone wolf energy and the anchor here. It feels like you are anchoring codes. Now this wolf is coming in. The wolf comes in. There's a few things that come in. It's how you run either in the pack or solo. You can do both when you have the discernment to do so, the timing to do so. But this is like, if a wolf is trying to track something, find something, he's going to need to use all of his senses. He's going to smell the dirt. He's going to get connected, get grounded, stay low, and check the perimeter of something. This is what's going on. Codes are coming through on this. I'm not sure what this is about. Codes want to come through. Hang on. Okay. Unusual, but this is where we're going. Make sure I've got it all. This is Jane Wallace's tarot. I think it might be like even a chakra tarot. I don't know, but this one has a lot of keywords, and this is the deck I'm drawn to. Let's see what's going on. Queen of Wands. This is, I am naturally creative. And look at all the yellow that comes through. Yellow calcites coming through with Queen of Wands. Holy cow. This is the energy that you want to be in, the energy that you want to inhabit. This is huge, huge, huge. If you want to have this sunflower energy, if you want to have this joyful, joyful energy, you need to allow yourself to have this and allow yourself to do what you like, do what you want, do what you love. Get out there, get grounded. But if you want to really have this yellow, yellow, yellow energy coming through, it is huge, solar plexus. It doesn't get any huger than this. This Queen of Wands, this fiery, fiery, fiery Queen of Wands. You're at a doctor's appointment, so if you have to step away, you catch the pinch reading on YouTube. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, this is huge. This is what it's all about for you. This putting in the work outside is getting the sun on you, getting more vitamin D literally in you, getting you more grounded and connected, and anchoring codes of who you are that you have a little bit forgotten. Need to remember again. What else is going on? Need to remember again. Yeah. It's why you got the 3s and the 4s. It's so you can remember. The 9 of Wands. I'm strong for as long as I need to be strong. You don't have to be strong all the time. Sometimes you can allow yourself to settle down, step back, and be resilient. And this is showing the garnet coming in through here, but this is the 9 of Wands. Now you had the 7 before where you were defending. The 9 knows the value of resilience. Makes so much sense. One more. And then you have all you wish for in your relationships, and this is aquamarine. This is where you're heading towards. This is where you're heading towards. When you have more of this yellow, yellow, yellow energy coming straight off of you, you go to this place where it suddenly your truth is not just evident because of what you're doing and what you're choosing to do, but it moves up through the heart and it gets spoken forward, spoken forward, spoken forward. And it can't help but come forward. It's like when you squeeze an orange, what do you get? Orange juice. It's because it's within you. This joy that bubbles forward, comes forward, is because you're allowing yourself to be in the state of joy and create more joy and do things that bring that out of you a little bit more. That's what you're being called to do. whether it's music, whether it's gardening, whatever it is, you've got to plant the seeds, plant the seeds, plant the seeds in order to move it forward. Yeah, that's complete. Okay, that's what I've got on that. Holy cow. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You wish you could articulate how much this resonates. Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad it does. I really am glad. Because, like, often you guys will get these messages and I don't know what is the big deal going on. And I'll, like, be in one read and then into the next and in one read and then into the next. And it's like, okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes forward. But usually what comes forward is what you need to come forward. And if I'm out of the way, then great. That's so glad. So glad. All right. Brandy for a pinch. That's next. Okay. Brandy for a pinch. I'm getting an unusual shoreline going on here. The unusual shoreline. Wow, there's a huge, huge ton going on here. Okay, this was like a triple pinch, I think. This touched on things that you've thought to yourself and you haven't told anyone. Just amazing. I'm so glad. Then you know exactly what to do without getting too in your grill or making everything on, blast or broadcast. No. So that's good. Okay, Brandy, yours. Looking through here. Let's take a look down here. This is huge. And I need to subdivide is what I'm getting. And it feels like this is how I'm doing it. Right through there. And right through here. Now, interesting, this popcorn kernel hasn't come out before, and it's here twice today. Very interesting. We're going to go through quick, and then this. There's a need to celebrate, and the unusual shore, again, that I'm getting, and the green, and the intense green, and the not intense green coming through on this. It looks like a pear or an avocado. What makes your heart celebrate and happy is something you should be paying closer attention to. And even in this cup, you can see there's like a green-blue, but hopefully you can see the color green coming through off of there. Pretty good. Yeah, it's what do you need to celebrate? What makes your heart happy? This is something huge for you. There's something also, you have the salamander and the musical note here. This is something that leaves you in huge amount of gratitude. Now, the salamander has the spiral path, and he's usually traveling two worlds. There's something about being in gratitude coming through here. And when I see the musical note, this looks almost like, where is it? Let me see if I can show you. Where did those cards go? Dang, dang, dang. 1 second. There's a deck of cards that I have. There it is. It's why I say the gratitude. And we're going to go to these. Because look at the symbol on the back of that. You can see why this one brings it to mind the treble clef. You can see why this brings to mind gratitude so easily here. So we're going here. This is the angel language, the Zebu angel language cards, and I'm just pulling one for you. And this is something that you can just draw, have around you, and just keep present in your mind. And this says Akunata, and it's about breathing deeply and revitalizing and recentering yourself to go forward with steadiness. And this is the sign. This is the symbol. Okay, so I'm going to just lay this down, and I'm going to continue in here. The being of two worlds, we're getting the night and day. It's not so much just the cosmic or the land and the sea. It's the night and day, What is this? Oh, the dream space wants to be more present in your waking time. The dream space wants to be more present. You've got the salamander here of the two worlds. You've got the bat and you've got the bird. This is the one that speaks out, the parrot that's speaking the truth, speaking what they've seen. The dream space. I don't know if you're doing dream journaling or logging anything that's coming in dreams. And even if you're having a recurring dream, sometimes you can go into there and get more information. Sometimes you can go in and be in that dream because you recognize that it's a recurring dream, be in that dream space, or you might not even have it click in until a couple days later. And you're like, okay, I know what this is about. But the night and day is coming forward. It's not coming up as contrast. It's coming up as working together and understanding something that is the lesson that comes in the night space. In the day, you'll speak it into the air. This is like, it feels like you'll literally discuss something that came out of your dreams in the daytime, and you'll be like, huh, now I get it. You just recently started a dream journal. Yeah, I pay close attention to that. And, just jot down what you can remember. Don't get too worried about it, but just jot it down, keep track. Okay, back into this next chunk of charms that you had coming forward. You have the dragonfly, the knowledge, the books. Okay, good, the star. And then we have judgment coming up and the planets. Again, I'm getting the reference to go, if your higher self is, this is coming through like the Judgment card, and the higher self trying to get you back to this dream space. You're going to get a lot of activations going on. It feels like particularly in the space of dreams. This is huge for you. Pay attention, pay attention. It's layering, layering, layering over time, layering, 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 third eye opening, layering, 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 stacking, stacking, stacking is what I'm getting out of here. Here we've got the Fool coming through. This looks like Peter Rabbit, but this is the Fool coming through right here. This is something that's new to you, and then you've got this star coming through. I want to see if there's a color on this star, or if it's just plain. It's just plain gold. So okay, if there's color, I want to take that information, but this one's coming through as gold. So this is coming through as treasures in the night that are stacking, stacking, stacking. This is going to be continuing. Do we have how long? More than a month, more than a season. This is big homework for you. It feels like you making the dream journal a priority is important for longer than just 4 months, longer than just a season. It feels like something that you are called to do, called to interpret, called to understand. You might even get a couple of resource books that address this, but it feels like you're going to be doing this through the rest of the year. That like you're drawing down information, putting it in your dream journal, drawing it down, putting it in your dream journal, writing about it. And it might be that the stacking that goes on, that 4 or 5 months from now, you flip back to something that's happening in July and you're in November, flipping back in July, you're like, click, there it is. That's what it feels like. You've been having really vivid dreams lately. I think that that's not going to stop. I think that's going to continue. It's a way of opening from here, and letting things come through. Now let's see what the next segment shows on your charms. Let's see what we got. We got a time that is protected. We got here. This is really interesting. This one is not the rider. It's a bulldog. I hope you can see that clearly. It's a bulldog, and he's like posting up. He's in guarded stance. You've got protection here, protection here. Now, if you go to like the fairy tale of Peter Pan, where the dog Nana was in charge of protecting the kids in the nursery, posting up protected times. This is what it feels like. This is what you're doing. There is a protection, a protection, a protection coming through. There's seeds being dropped through the evening, through the night, and then there's wisdom coming through here. Now, we've got here this snake, but if you look at this snake closely, hopefully I can show it. If you look at this snake closely and you look right about here, you can see that an inverted heart shape that comes through. And that's what's coming through strongly, is this inverted heart shape on this snake. It's showing me that something in the heart is upside down, needs flipped around. There's something that goes on right there is where it is, right under here. So let me turn it this way so you can kind of see the inverted heart shape. There's something that the heart needs to open in order to release. Again, this is something that has to be opened. You're going to do it in a protected way. It feels like there's a trauma that needs healed. Now, what's going on with that? Again, to the other shore. We're going to the Nautical Tarot here. I just want to pull one. What does she need to know when this time approaches? And this feels like you might get glimpses or pieces, but you'll understand it a little bit differently. Knight of Swords. It's the truth that you absolutely recognize and know, and something that needs cut. And look, if you were to do this, if you were to cut off the head of the snake, then whatever was the poison, the venom, the thing that is the difficult truth that maybe you didn't want to look at or weren't ready to look at yet, is going to be able to be, I don't want to say cleansed, but it's not going to be harmful anymore. It's going to be dealt with. It's going to be able to be cleared is what I'm getting. The centeredness here. And yeah, that treble clef is, yeah. I mean, just, it's all over here. So this is what's going on. The gratitude and the way that you enjoy things of the heart, and the way you enjoy your exploration of spiritual growth, the exploration of your dream journal. If you're in the point where you're enjoying it and moving through this with the explorer's instinct rather than the need to know. Just, that's interesting. You don't see that every day. That's unusual. The explorer's instinct is going to lead you to find things that you'll find gratitude, you'll find gifts, and you'll be able to see more clearly, or sometimes even dissect what's going on in the dream and know what it is you need to do to conquer that particular lesson, that spiritual gifting, that understanding, or know what's coming a little bit ahead in some instances. It feels like September, be very mindful of this. I'm getting something about September, and I'm getting somewhere the 10th through like the 25th. I don't know what that's about, but that is particularly potent window of time for you as far as dream journaling goes. That's a long way off. You want to get practicing. And get your chamomile tea on. Get your groove on with the chamomile tea. It gets you in a state where the lucidity and dream space can come through a little bit more easy. There is something else that you're tapping into. It's not just dream analysis. There's something that's coming in. It's like gifting that wants to come through during that time frame. That's what I've got. That feels complete. All right. So yeah, that's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, let's see what else is going on. Let me put these, I guess, over here for now. Well, can't put them right here. Sure, because why not? That's what we got going on. The Marshmallow Girl. Hey, hey, good to see you. I don't think I've seen that before. Maybe I have. The Marshmallow Girl. Great to see you. All right. So, yeah, it's definitely time for some water. Let me get some of that, and then we'll see if there's any more reads that need to be done or what's going on, and we'll go from there. So the paid list is open. Let me show you if you haven't been in or if you want to see what's going on. And that's what we're doing. And what you just saw done, it's not even on the menu, but that's a charms read, and that's $10. And whatever comes through on the pinch is what comes through. That last one came through, and it was big. So sometimes it's like just a few charms. Sometimes it's whatever is the pinch that comes through, that's what comes through. So, yeah. All right. Okay. And we'll see what else is going on. I guess I can show you guys some more of what's going on, or we could do a collective here. Yeah. Nell wants to come in. Nell's one of my guides. She wants to come in. So we're going to go to one of Nell's decks and see what's going on. Oh, that puzzle piece is coming up. We'll drag the puzzle piece first, and then we'll see what Nell has to tell us. Okay. She's getting real bossy on this. 1 second. This isn't young Nell. This is older Nell coming in. She comes in a couple of ages. She usually comes in about 10, but sometimes she'll come in at like mid-50s. And this is older Nell. She's sitting on the rock where Nell would sit when she was younger. There's always this rock near this stream, and you see like this 10-year-old like firecracker lightning fairy type person. Just amazing. And she comes in in her 50s. Serious. All right, what do you got for us? She wants the Enchanted Garden. That's where we're going. This is one of the very strongly Nell decks. There's something about the frivolity of youth that is something to be honored, and young Nell always encourages us play. But why is that important, and why is the older Nell there telling me about it? It's like she's really cool in this one. Like she's just sitting there very cool, very collected. It's the frivolity of play is more about handling your business than you realize. And yeah. It's like she's saying when Nell is here and she's young and she's just kicking in the stream and splashing and giggling and having fun, that's really actually more profound and more important than we realize. When Nell is older, she's like dipping her toe in the stream. She's not so much kicking. She's just going into the flow. She's very much more serious than I've seen her in a long time. Okay, what's on the cards for us here? What's going on? Hang on. I'm going to flip down to these cards, flip down here. Of course, she's referencing the Fool. This is her younger self. This is her older self. Huge. We've got the Queen of Cups here, and we've got the Fool. We've got this interesting thing happening. The Queen of Cups looks back and reflects, and what's above her? The inverted High Priestess. The Fool has to go through the experiences, has to take the leap of faith in order to get to the place where the wisdom and the mysteries can come. It comes at a delay because we have to play before we go within. We have to have some life experiences, learning. We have to have childhood errors and games and play in order to move forward. The inverted high priesthood. There's a mystery that unfolds. It's not even so much the secretive dark. It's just feeling delayed, delayed, delayed. And then we ask smarter questions. This is after a loss in love, or after grieving something. There is something, there's a unusual sorrow coming through. What is that about? There's an acknowledgement and an understanding that the playful times, sometimes we are naive, foolish. The playful times add up, stack up, add meaning, and there's no way of preparing for when sometimes we get a jarring. It's like she just shows me her falling into the water. You have to fall into the water. It's like sometimes you are thrown off balance. You have to fall into the water. It's a little bit jarring, and you have to fall into the water, be submerged before you can come up and have the wisdom. You have to have something fall into the water, something be lost before you can recover it. We're doing the dive. She's showing me very much diving deep. Playing with this toy, it's almost like the closest I could describe it would be like a locket or a necklace, tossing it so high, and then goes deep into the water. Something about the secret of our heart that is deep in the water, going down, to the point that our lungs feel tight. We have to really, really dive hard to get there. Then the mystery is revealed. Then we come up with the thing that we lost, that we thought, that we treasured, that we lost, is not as treasured as just coming up for air, gasping new air in, taking the new air in, and understanding that we're still here breathing. We're still here strong as ever before. Let the play teach the lesson to move forward. Let the play and the treasure of what it is in those moments, in the now moments, be importantly treasured in order to move forward. Let yourself remember what it was like when life was joyful, when play was the heart of the day. It's not foolish to desire that kind of energy again. There is a recovering that needs to happen. Now, here we're seeing the Five of Wands and the retreat and the reclaim. This is reclaiming the wisdom that is cosmically already in our blueprint before we even get here. Reclaiming that wisdom. Understanding once again how to play and the value of the near miss. The value of the near miss, the value of the lost treasure, and then understanding how to treasure things again, and understanding the power of gratitude and the power of what it is that you can do to reset. Not just rest, but to reset. This is the Four of Swords. It's reclaim, restore, renew, rest, reset. Then comes the Death card, death and transformation. Wow. She's just shaking everything off. It's like she stands up and just shakes everything off. And there she is, standing as her 10-year-old self again. This is something about honoring the wisdom of the years that comes through for us. Shaking off and letting the youth come back through. Letting the joyful way of doing, letting the way we would trust in our youth, letting this energy come through again. This is huge. Whatever this is, it's super huge. Yeah, let the child inhabit your heart, but let the wisdom be there as well. This is something big. This is what she wants us to know. Let the child inhabit your heart. Let the wisdom be there as well. It's not always that we get to kick and splash. It's not always that we get to play. But when we are older and we can shake off some of what has been painful, that's when we understand the treasure we have. She really, really wants us to know, to be in the present moment, even if we've had to have an ending of some sort, a transformation of some sort. This is, even if we've gone through what might feel like cataclysmic change, big, huge change, inevitable huge change. Even if we've gone through this, there is the being in the present moment, taking it a little bit at a time, and remembering the joyfulness that's important. Anything else? There is a way of shaking it off and shaking back into your own soul. There's something about this kind of shaking it off, wake-up call moment. It's trying to snap out of it. Yeah, that's what's coming through. No, that's it. Young Nell is going into the woods now. Where are you going? Yeah, she's done. She's done. That's complete. Very interesting. Sometimes I've seen her and she'll go from one side to the other and she'll be doing this transition and change, and she'll be going like almost diving from one side of the cliff into the water and up on the other side. And it's very, very different, but that's what's going on. So that's what she's got for us. Holy cow. Yeah, that's what we've got today. All right. Let me get some water and see if there's anything else. And if there is anything else, great. If not, then I'll probably go grab a sandwich or something. And then Phil and I will be on tomorrow night. Somewhere between 6 and 8 is when we'll start the show. And it'll be a regular show. It'll be the regular kind of show. But yeah, that's what we'll have going on. So hopefully that's good. We'll see. Let me get a little bit of more water. We'll see what's going on. And if there's any reads that I haven't gotten, Kim, let me know. But I think we're current. Hey there, Steph. Good to see you. Go follow Intuitive Seer Stephanie, Tarot by the Sea. Go follow her. So that is what's going on right now. Steph, are you going to be at the Frog this Saturday? I might be headed down there, but I'm not sure. As far as you know, the list is clear. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what's going on. Not this Saturday. Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, these are paid reads, and that was a collective reading. But the reads that I do, I'll show you. This is what I do. Here's the list. So if you want any of these readings, great. These ones, usually I'm at least using 2 decks, sometimes 3 decks, and I've got to change this because that's not exactly accurate. I'm always getting a little bit nosier, and going deeper. So that's what's going on. But that's where it goes. And then tomorrow I will be on the show, and my husband Phil will be on the other side of the camera, and I'll have him hold up cards and blah, blah, blah. So it's like always more fun when he's here. And he might bust my balls a little bit, and I'll sass back and all that. But yeah. So I think he will be in hopefully this afternoon, and this evening he'll be back home. So that'll be great. And we'll be on tomorrow night. So that's the plan. Okay. All right, guys. Well, if that is it, then I'm going to leave it there for today. And we will see you guys tomorrow night. Okay. Take care, everybody.